Hello, everybody, and good evening. It is your girl, Lazy Girl Show, and I'm back with another one. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe as you come in and out. Y'all, we are in the second government shutdown. Now, don't say, oh, they did not warn you that it was going to be another government shutdown. Because they most definitely did warn people that it was going to be a second government shutdown. Now, I have not been paying attention to the news like that, but so far the government shutdown is definitely taking effect as of immediately, but it has not affected food stamps. It has not affected social security and certain other programs as well. So I did see a clip when they was talking about opening the country up temporary, excuse myself, opening the country up temporary um to like give people their funding and stuff, you know. Yeah, excuse my stuttering. I'm like over here eating watermelon and it's not sweet. This watermelon is not sweet. Okay. I thought this shit was gonna be sweet. Because lately the pineapples I've been getting from Jill Osco has been sweet. Them motherfuckers been juicy as fuck. But the watermelon that I got now is not sweet. I might wind up making some kind of watermelon juice out of this, just so it won't go to waste. Yeah, turn this into watermelon juice. But yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna happen. But y'all, let's let's not do that. Let's not act shocked. Like we didn't know it was the second one coming, and we didn't know when it was gonna come in. Now they said the exact date, the exact month, and the exact year when it was coming. They said, "Oh yes, another government shutdown that's gonna happen because the first one happened lasted 2 months, about 2 3 months it lasted, and they have to temporarily open that up so everybody can get paid." Now, um, with that one, if we all if we all remember what happened with that one, the first one, right? They shut the government down because a lot of shit. It was a lot of shit that happened, but it was mainly surrounded by healthcare and insurance. Okay, they was trying to raise the premiums for the insurance, and a lot of people was not having it. They was not going for that shit, bro. So they shut it down. Okay, they shut that shit down. When I say shut it down, they shut it all the way the fuck down. Like they was not playing at all, and nobody was getting paid. The only people that was getting paid was the people that was working for the White House. And when I say the American people was not happy, the actual people that's paying actual taxes, okay, from working a real job, a real ass job, they was not happy at all. So now they came out with this new act, during the first government shutdown, saying that if the American people, the American tax dollars people aren't getting paid, then the people in the White House, you know, the government, they shouldn't get paid either because it's not fair that the government's getting paid and the taxpayers are not getting paid. Mind you, the taxpayers, they went months, okay, damn near 3 months without getting paid. They got evicted out of their house. They had no food, no clothes. They had nowhere to get food. You know what I'm saying? And then if it was people in the comments talk about, oh well, they should have been prepared, and there's like talking mad shit about people that's on government assistance. So I'm like, how the hell you gonna talk shit about somebody that's on that's on government assistance? That's weird. You know, I was in the comments on TikTok when the government shutdown happened. You know, posting my little thoughts and opinions of shit, and I'm like, oh, y'all bold. Y'all real bold talking about people on government assistance. Like y'all never been on that shit. And then when it came down to the people on Social Security, they had a lot to say about people that was on Social Security as well. So I'm like, really? Tell me more. No, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me go ahead and give me a drink. Uh, my throat is feeling kind of parched. Let me go ahead and give me a drink. Okay. Go ahead. Tell me more. What you know about people that's on government assistance? Being loud and motherfucking wrong. All in the comments, loud and wrong. All in their videos, loud and wrong. All in their live streams, loud and motherfucking wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. There are people that's on the system, that's in the system, and they milking the shit out of the motherfucking system. Okay, there are people that's doing that, and those are the people that needs to get cracked down on. Like seriously, people that milking the system, people who has no type of disability but claiming disability and other things, but doesn't want to get up here and motherfucking work. You know what I'm saying? Name me for example, I have no problem working. I have no problem getting my big ass and filling out applications. Okay, working a cash register, working a motherfucking security guard. You feel me? But it just that with Social Security, food stamps, and program like this, it's limits that what people cannot do. So before y'all go around talking shit about people that's on these programs, make sure y'all doing your research before y'all go talk shit about people that's on these programs. O- Okay. So, but it's really ones that like, okay, it's there's really some that's really out here scamming the fuck out of these programs. And I being like not feeling bad because they actually on TikTok screaming to the top of their lungs talk about why they cut me off. I was getting $20,000 and I was getting $15,000 in food stamps and $20,000 in Social Security, and now they cut me off and they tell me to work. Now they say I gotta work, and now they talk about if I don't work, yeah, I'm not getting my government assistance back, and I'm allergic to working, so I can't work. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up. Ain't nothing fucking wrong with you. If you in a wheelchair and it's people in wheelchairs that's working, there's people that on the last motherfucking limb working. So like, what the fuck is you talking about, girl? It was literally nothing wrong with this one woman. Mind you, she is white. Okay, this woman was white as fuck, white as snow. There was nothing wrong with her. She was collecting mad child support check from her baby daddy. She got over 8 kids. No, not over 8 kids. I'm over exaggerated, but yeah, she got about eight kids collecting collecting child support from the kid's father while the kids are living with her, and I think two was living with their daddy at the time, collecting food stamps. Okay, collecting food stamps and shit. And I'm like, you doing all this for what? I mean, okay, you thought this shit was cute. You thought this shit was cute. You thought this shit was gonna be tea. You thought you was gonna be able to lay up for your ass. No. When I said they was cracking down hard on people, like it was many white people coming to the internet and saying how the government is cutting them off, and they was saying how much they was getting for food stamps, social security, and things like that. And the whole time There was really nothing wrong with them. The whole time there was really nothing wrong with them at all. So I was just over there watching them crash out. Hmm. I was, I was just really over there watching them crash out. This shit is funny, but it's not funny though, because it's just like those are the those are the people y'all need to be on the ass. Okay, you got people like that. You right there. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I could put up a video real quick, because I cannot, like, the way these people was crashing out during the first government shutdown, baby. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm gonna get my ass up here and say, oh yeah, they try to cut me off, they try to cut me off, and this, that, third. That actually Google crying tears about the government cutting me off. I'm like, bitch, I'm not gonna get up here and cry you a fucking river, or, or shit about a bacteria, or wish upon a star and shit. Bad because the government is cutting me off. I'm not gonna get up here and start crying about it. No, that's where a lot of these people are fucked up at. Y'all getting on social media telling people some of y'all business, and then it, and then y'all want to get mad because other people's laughing at y'all, like in the comments. Hold on, I'm gonna put up Exhibit A. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find a video. Hopefully, it's on YouTube. Man, that shit was hilarious. Like I promise you. I think it was another video in the Social Security office. Now, mind you, when you go to the Social Security office, they tell you that they tell you that you can't record. They don't want you having no cell phones. They don't want you to be on your cell phone like that. You know what I'm saying? And there's one white woman, she was going around recording people in a social security office and in a food stamp office. And she was showing how many people that's actually on, well, not how many people, but who was applying, like what skin color was applying for food stamps the most, what skin color was applying for Social Security the most. Okay, so things like that. And in a video, it was showing all white people, like all white people. Hmm. Oh my God! He put up the exact video. Perfect. Perfect. You put up the exact video that I was looking for. My food stamps went from 4,444. Hold on, let me disconnect my headphones real quick. Let me disconnect my headphones. I'm not gonna show the actual video, but just listen to this. Listen to this. listen to this patheticness, this laziness.
My food stamps went from 4,400 in food stamps every month to $38. What am I supposed to get with $38 with 6 kids? How the hell am I supposed to support my kids on $38 in food stamps? Not to mention our disability checks on hold. Our Section 8, my rent isn't getting paid tomorrow. So I have to come up with $1,100. Okay. I can't work.
How you allergic to work, man? Who says that? She literally said, I'm allergic to work. Who says they're allergic to work? That's not a real allergy, man. That's not a real medical issue, ma'am. You can get your lady ass up and go to fucking work, ma'am.
Refuse to work. The whole reason I had kids was the amount of government benefits that you get for one child.
And they need to stop that. Like, that is, they need to stop this buffoonery, this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Allowing people to have multiple kids and collect benefits off of the kids while they can sit at home and live this lavish and luxury life. She wants to sit at home and live a lovely and luxurious lifestyle. Like, being a government benefits is like hitting oil or striking oil, whatever. It's not the same. Like, it's really not the same. Government assistance is to help you get on your feet. It's supplement. It's substitute. Like, it's not supposed to be permanent. They would tell you, like, it's not supposed to be permanent. Okay.
And now, with the dependent age being 7 and younger, none of my kids are dependents now. None of them, because they're all older than 7.
Good. So now they can claim themselves on their taxes when they get older. Okay. I know, like, I don't know much about taxes, but I know, like, one child will give you, like, what, an extra 2,000 or something like that. So, with that being said, I'm actually glad they put a cap on the kids, because this will, like, humble a lot of parents. Now, mind you, I think this video was way before the government shutdown happened. But this exposed a lot.
So how am I supposed to live? How do I feed my kids on $38?
You could go to work, you could get a job somewhere. I know, like, feeding your kids on $38 is not a whole lot, but having kids that you know for a fact you cannot afford, it's also more crazier. Oh my God. That is so crazy. You can't afford a kid. You cannot afford kids. You can't afford to feed them. You cannot afford to clothe them. You cannot afford to take them to school. I mean, put them in school without government assistance. But I'm just saying, like, shocker. Maybe you could apply for some grants or scholarships or something.
This is not okay. Not okay.
This is not okay. Not okay. Lady, shut the fuck up. Go get your ass. Go get your ass to work. Get him and his kids. And that's just that. I love them.
So I am a single mother to two incredible daughters.
Okay, I think this is advertisement right here, but 2 kids, that should be enough. That should be enough. If you're already struggling with 2 kids, you should stop right there. Because, like, why have more if you're already struggling with 2 and you barely made it with 1? You put more stress on yourself, sweetheart. But yeah, like people like that, no, I don't know. I would say put them on birth control, but sometimes birth control don't even work. Birth control didn't even work for my damn mama. She was on birth control and she had one of my sisters, my sister's wife, being on birth control. So she sometimes birth control don't always work. You know what I'm saying? But having multiple kids that you cannot afford and you knew you couldn't afford them, it's even worse. But after having one child should be enough to say, okay, eventually I might want more kids, but I don't want to have kids right now because I'm struggling and I could barely take care of myself, let alone my child I got now. So let me go ahead, boss up, and do what I need to do. But it's hard to do that when you're on government assistance. And it's like once you get on there, they make you get comfortable to the point where, oh yeah, you are now dependent on the government and you have no choice but to depend on them. Because if you get off, it's going to be hard trying to get it back. So, mm. But yeah, this government shutdown, I don't know how this going to turn out, but the last one was definitely devastating because it killed a lot of souls, hurt a lot of people's hearts to the core, and it was just a hot mess. Like nobody in office looked like they knew what they was doing, and then they was trying to blame the Democrats for wanting to raise the price of healthcare when the whole time it was really the Republicans, y'all dumb nuts, that wanted to raise the price of healthcare because the Democrats are still currently holding the power of healthcare. They are still holding the power of healthcare. Healthcare. So how the fuck would they raise the price of healthcare without the vote of the Republican or whatever the case might be? 'Cause I'm pretty sure them. And then I asked my mom and my stepdad, cause mind you, they're like 11 years apart. And I asked both of them, has there ever been a time where the Democrats was in charge of healthcare, and not only that, has there ever been a time? Well, let me take that back. I said, what I really said was, let's rewind. What I really said was, has there ever been a time where the Democrats was known to raise the price of healthcare? And both of them told me no. They never heard of a time where the Democrats ever rose the price of healthcare for anybody. whole time it was really the Republicans. The Republicans are the only party that's known to raise the price to the point where it's now looking like, oh, we're paying a whole damn mortgage. Okay. So I actually read through the lines. I automatically knew something was off when they said the Democrats try to raise the price of healthcare. I'm like, ain't no way. Fuck no. Hell no. I don't believe that shit for a minute. Oh, I did not believe that shit for a hot second. That the Democrats was trying to raise the price of healthcare. Or try to cancel, like try to completely cancel out healthcare. Healthcare. Like, why would you do some shit like that? And then the Republicans try to make them look bad, and the dumbnuts in the comments was sitting there believing the shit. And I'm like, bro, y'all gotta learn how to read it between the lines. They try to flip it on the Democrats to try to make them look bad. Like, ain't no way in here I believe that. I believe that shit. Ain't no. But we'll see how the second one, the second government shutdown is gonna turn out for everybody. Okay. If y'all got oh, here's another thing. Um Somebody was talking about people on food stamps and saying, why can't people on food stamps stock up on food? Technically, I never heard of anybody that's on food stamps stocking up on food like that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like having apartments and being on low income apartments, it's a lot of things that you cannot have in your house, especially like when it comes to stockpiles, of things. Because a lot of landlords does not really like it when people have stockpiles or certain shit, especially when it's blocking emergency exits, or if it's like to the point where it's all over the place, you know. And somebody was telling me about a stockpile that I should have did in my old apartment, and I'm like, it was a good idea, but at the same time, my apartment was not that big to be having a stockpile. And then there was not a whole lot of space where I could actually have the stockpile. Um, the stockpile starting, to start one. It was a good idea, but at the time, I just didn't have the space. Now the next one, I might have a little bit more space. It all depends on how the layout is and stuff like that. But I think about stockpile for the next one because we definitely gotta start making emergency moves and stuff like that when it comes to government shutdowns. Because as long as Donald Trump is in office, we're gonna have a lot more of those later on this year. So we best to get started now, rather now than later. If you got the space, go ahead do it. But a lot of people does not have the space. A lot of people does not have the space to do stockpiles, especially if you're living in a studio apartment. But other than that, Donald Trump is over there doing what he do best and bucking up shit. And I know over there, well, it's always something new over there, but I'm trying to keep it cute when it comes to reporting tea off of the news and stuff like that. I'm gonna try my best to definitely keep you updated if I see anything or hear anything. It's this one particular lady on Instagram that I love so much. The level of pettiness that she is on is like outstanding. Like I would love for her to be my teacher. Like I would seriously love for her to be my teacher. Let me see if I can find her name. But when it comes to history, like history and social studies, if she was to teach a class, bitch, I am there every day. I'm literally there every day, on time, on the dot. Okay. It's actually two ladies that's on Instagram that I don't mind going to class and learning from them from, you know. Hell no. But ooh, somebody posted a video on Instagram a couple literally fucking in the middle of the motherfucking on a sidewalk in New York, bruh. It's a time and place when it comes to everything. But fucking in the motherfucking streets where everybody can see you is crazy as fuck. Like I cannot. I'm over here looking at a video on Instagram and shit, and that's the first video that popped up. If I find her name or one of her videos pop up, I definitely like try to put info somewhere on my YouTube channel. But y'all, it just her like her sarcasm is crazy. Like it's so funny. She very sarcastic with her tea. She very petty with the tea. Like I love watching her. And another thing I've been watching, they had some kind of beauty pageant called Miss International or some shit like that. Miss International. There was another beauty pageant before that called Miss America. And I'm like, where's all these beauty pageants coming from? Because they never popped up on my For You page like that. But it's decent. It was cute. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. You know what I'm saying? Finish my night off. And my phone's hot. My room is hot too. I need to open the window up. But yeah, we did get a couple of days of snow, but the last 2 days we haven't got no snow, so that's a good thing. And then on top of that, the snow is melting some that I've seen of. So hope everybody drive safe and sleep good tonight. and tomorrow. And by the way, good morning. It is 1:14 a.m. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I am out.